What's going on, guys? I'm Weston Mack, and welcome back to another Overwatch 2 discussion video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the state of the game in 2025. This is a bit of a rebuttal video for my Season 14 is the worst season ever, and we're going to be going over a lot of those same topics. Before we jump into that, please make sure to like and subscribe if you do like these videos. And what you'll be watching, actually, I believe is some Masters Open Queue gameplay, which Open Queue is going to be one of the discussion topics today. Had a lot of fun and actually went back and re-recorded this because actually it was a really good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that footage, like it's a Subway Surfers video while I yap about Overwatch. So to look back, if you haven't already watched the Season 14 video, I was pretty upset, and so were a lot of the comments where we discussed back and forth about what the heck is going on with Overwatch. At that time, we didn't have a permanent 6v6 game mode. I think we had maybe the classic game mode. At that time, we didn't have Stadium. We had kind of not great cosmetics and events. And also on top of that, to put pressure on it as well, Marvel Rivals was thriving. And you can see how a lot of these aspects have changed quite a lot, and I'm here to talk about that. So I think we'll jump first into competitive. This is something that I've been far more interested in the past few seasons. While I do play a lot of competitive, these last few seasons I'm putting a lot more hours and really have been enjoying it for a numerous amount of reasons. One of those being 6v6. 6v6 has actually finally come back as a full competitive mode, replacing the open queue format. It's kind of a sad passing of that format. You really couldn't have three separate competitive game modes that are in the Overwatch traditional style, in my opinion. Having that as another option would have been kind of confusing for most people, and I don't know how well it would have done, if I'm being honest. So have it replace the open queue format is perfectly fine. Now it's a 2-tank and then other number of characters that you want. Personally speaking, I think this is probably the best format since Overwatch 1. I really enjoyed Overwatch 1. To see this come back has been great, and I do jump between this and traditional role queue. Speaking of role queue, it's now changed as well, with the addition of bans, which is a little scary for people like me who are one-tricks. I have over 500 hours on Brig. I'm nearly 200 levels on Brig. It is a little spooky. Sometimes I'm logging into an open queue, role queue game, and I'm like, man, do I get to play the game today or not? And every single time I've been able to play the game, thankfully, I've yet to run into a Brig ban. They're apparently super rare. I hope they're super rare. Hopefully that never happens to me. If it does, I'm losing a lot of SR, that's for sure. But I will say it has actually made the open queue experience even more enjoyable. When 6v6 came out, I actually didn't play that much role queue, as I had so much fun at open queue, and I didn't want to deal with even more annoying characters and issues with role queue, as those really hadn't been fixed as well during Season 15. Now it's Season 16, and bans being added. I've really been enjoying role queue now as well. Of course, these additions are also into open queue as well, and they've also made a great addition to that. But they've really been a standout feature in 5v5 role queue. I keep saying role queue. Jeez Louise, I put a counter up at this point. I've been enjoying 5v5 now that characters that might be annoying to play against, or compositions in particular that might be annoying to play against. Sure, there is plenty of Sombra and Mercy bans, a plethora of those, but what I will say about those is those are kind of far and few for me nowadays. It's been a lot of, what are our tank ones? Okay, we're playing a Roadhog, let's get rid of Ana, let's get rid of, I don't know, Hazard, who knows, or a Diva, I guess. And now you're able to push for certain compositions where they might not have worked as well before. So those, I mean, competitive in general has felt so much better, and to have it be able to actually evolve and grow, and now with map bans coming in the next season, I'm really excited to see how far competitive can be pushed. And it is in a far, far better state than it was in Season 14. Between these changes, as well as just some good balance changes overall, I've been pretty impressed with the competitive side of the game. So let's jump back into the more casual and even cosmetic side of the game. What's going on with that? Well, tomorrow actually, tomorrow as of the date of me posting this, it's not the date we're recording this, I'm pre-planning this, I am actually super excited to see the Street Fighter collab come out. And yeah, this is probably want to be one of the biggest collabs ever for Overwatch. I think it's 8 skins, which I'm sure is probably going to cost like over $100. I want to buy all of them. Good luck with that. But well, I will say this is the first season in a minute. I believe we've had 2 collabs in the same season, with the La Seraphim skins coming out. Was it La Seraphim? Oh, no, that was last season. With the Gundam skins coming out at the very beginning of the season, and now with the Street Fighter collab. I've been pretty impressed with how well, for one, these events have been publicized and people are putting it out there. Great skins overall. They look amazing, for one. There's pretty much no misses from what I've been able to see between the Street Fighter and the Gundam collabs. The only thing that I'm really kind of missing from these is any sort of like arcade mode or a fun little thing you can grind for. Like, you can grind for some of these, but it's mostly like get 15,000 healing. That's about it. Other than that, they've been pretty great. I will say the topic of why certain characters are getting so many collaboration skins. For instance, Kiriko, I think, has gotten 2 skins per season since the launch of Overwatch 2. It's a little much, and Juno looks like she's going to be one of those characters as well, with her Mythic coming out this season, as well as her getting, I think, a total of 3 or 4 collab skins already. It's a little much. I will say, would love to see other characters get any other support. I'm looking at you, Lucio. I'm looking at you, Baptiste. I'm looking at you, Brig. Cough, cough. I would love more Brig skins. I wouldn't complain. But what I will say about this is, hopefully, they understand that, hey, sure, these skins sell very well, but please give other characters a chance. What I'm hoping for in the long run is that these skins basically are the money that will fund other, maybe less popular character skins. I understand that certain collaboration partners will want their most popular characters to be the most sold, because that's free advertisement. But what I will say is that maybe the less popular characters maybe don't get collab skins, and maybe get great battle pass skins, or maybe get great original skins, which we should see more original skins. There's been a lot of collaborations recently for these lesser loved characters, either by the Blizzard employees apparently, or by the community. I would love to see a Bap skin. I would love to see a Lucio skin. Who else? Oh, Ramatra needs some skins. He needs a dancing mode, stuff like that. Now, the third thing I really did want to touch on, also Quick Play has been great, by the way. I've been playing it off and on, and 6v6 is great Quick Play. Anyways, another thing I want to touch on as well is Stadium. I've been playing the heck out of Stadium. I'm nearing All-Star, which has been so much fun playing with people like Aspen and Warren, and I think I had a game with Chosen and Super at one point too. Playing at high ranks of that has been so much fun, and I plan on doing a full separate video on Stadium. But Stadium, even though it was not planned to be the quote-unquote Marvel Rivals killer or the answer to Marvel Rivals, it has been, and it will be publicized as that. Even though this game has been worked on for, I think, roughly at least a year, maybe 2 years, plus a lot of these abilities coming from the PvE canceled mode as well. What I will say about Stadium in this short format is that it was the answer to Marvel Rivals, and Marvel Rivals has done its own damage to itself. It's still great and popular as it was before, maybe not as popular, but I will say that it has been the answer that they needed to fight back against Marvel Rivals. You now have a pretty balanced and well-paced competitive 6v6 and 5v5 game mode. You now have a competitive arcade game mode like Stadium, with the abilities and being able to make your own kits and builds. And of course you have the casual quick play game mode, and even on top of that, you still have arcades sitting around. Every once in a while they want to update it, throw in Mischief and Magic, or throw in a limited time event or whatever. It's great. And with that, I want to say Overwatch 2 is in the best position it's been in since launch. To go from Season 14, and in my opinion, one of the worst seasons of Overwatch in terms of content, in terms of balance, in terms of just the feeling of the game, man. It just didn't feel great. And now to turn around 2 seasons, I think roughly 6 months, I said. 6 months. Now we're to this point where there's been multiple articles made where this could potentially be the golden age of Overwatch 2. Now, I keep saying Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1, in my mind, are 2 different ages and 2 different games pretty much entirely at this point. They've both had their own golden ages. They both had their own flop eras, and Overwatch 2 is probably in their best golden age ever. Overall, I've just been really happy with the game. I've put in what's kind of crazy. I will say this: before starting in season 15, I had roughly 30 minutes on Juno, and I'll get back to that and why that means anything because of Stadium. I played the whole heck of a lot of Stadium in the alpha test, which I wasn't actually allowed to talk about because there's an NDA. And then I played a lot of it during the streamer big publicity test as well, where I got to play against a bunch of people, and that was a lot of fun. And so now, with Stadium being out, I've been loving it even more. While it's probably not the most well-balanced thing in the world, it's just so much fun to play and grinding for those ranks and playing against other great people. It has been so much fun. And like I said, I had 30 minutes on Juno prior to starting this new season. I've been playing only Juno in Stadium, and now I have, I believe, 39 hours on Juno. That's how much I've been loving and playing this season. It has been great, and I genuinely have just been blown away by what Blizzard and the Overwatch team has done and what they could potentially do in the future. Now, I will point out a couple things as we head into these next seasons. This was going to be the make it or break it season, I think, for a lot of people. You have hero bans, you have Freya as well, new heroes and stuff like that. New heroes, in my opinion, Hazard has been decent. I'm not a huge fan of his design, but pretty good character design. And Freya has been a little annoying to play against. She gets banned a lot. She's probably just a little overtuned because it's her first season in the game. I didn't really mention, I don't think I mentioned heroes that much during my previous thing, other than maybe Malga. But this season was definitely a make or break it season for them. They had a hero launch. They had a new game mode launch. They had a new aspect to their both of their competitive modes launch. And if this fails, then what? You have your collaborations. But if people weren't playing your game, people aren't going to buy the collaborations. And that's definitely I think a worry for Blizzard going into the season. You had two pretty major collaborations, Gundam and Street Fighter, and this could have easily turned into a situation where everything else about the season is just horrible. It flops. It's the worst in this alternate universe of Overwatch 2 Season 16. And then you have a scenario where people are complaining that they put so much effort into these great collaborations, they would rather put more effort into their skins than the game and their game modes. If they didn't have Stadium, or Stadium was bad, or Freya turned out to be a horrible mess and either was absolutely terrible and nobody would play her, or way too overtuned and way too overpowered, this could have been the reality of Season 16. But due to the fact that all the puzzle pieces actually came together, it is a very slight miracle that this actually did work for Blizzard. And hats off to them to being able to probably make a great season after what Season 14 just felt miserable. And now we're to this point where I'm excited to see what comes next as map bans come in 2 seasons and the Mercy Mythic and Street Fighter comes out on Tuesday. What are we going to see next is what I'm looking forward to. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. I think we're wrapping up near the game. I'm wrapping this up because I see the timer ticking down. If you haven't already, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you like more of this content, leave comments down below saying you liked it. Is that it? Okay, are we done? Oh, wait, the game isn't over. We're actually in overtime. Wait, I don't have the little bar set up. I don't even know if the game ends right now. Does it end right now? I have ultimate. This is awkward. I thought the game was gonna end. Wait, do they cap this point? I haven't watched this in so long. I don't know if we can. Oh, we have Ramatra ult. Okay. What's gonna happen now? Oh, we wipe him out. Okay, there we go. That's the end of the video. I'll see you guys next time.